say you got it cleaned up. My team going harder. You niggas get out of line. I'm a baller 'cause I out.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Demon Snipes. Welcome back to part 5 on how to make a modern mansion in Minecraft Xbox 360 edition. So, in the last episode, episode 4, we did some of the interior. We got some of it done, like the living room, and then we have the kitchen over here that is done. And so, I figured we still have a lot more space to do, of course, down here. But I think what we should do now is we should make the top floor so we can get like a good idea of where that should go. So we're going to use sandstone for the top floor. And I'm going to take some swiftness out so I can move a little bit faster while doing this. Because as you can see, this is going to be a pretty big floor. And so we're only going to do like parts of it because it is so big. So we're going to make this a little bit smaller. This wall right here. We're going to take some snow out to replace some of those. Alright. So we're going to make this clay wall that we made before a little bit smaller. So we can make the sandstone floor right here. Once we get over to the living room area, what I'm thinking we should do is like over here, leave this open, and then like over here next to the lantern, we should make it to where it just goes around it. So if you don't know what I mean, I'm talking like we do something like this, so the floor goes over to, or over, well, let's get rid of this. So the TV goes all the way up to that floor. Alright. And then we're going to have it come all the way up to this corner. And then we're going to have it come pretty close to the chandelier over here. And so we're not going to make a bedroom over here. Over here is just going to be more like relaxing area and stuff like that. Over on the other side, I think we should make more bedrooms and stuff like that. We're also going to have bedrooms on the first floor as well. So just because we have so much space to work with, we don't want to add so much like kitchen stuff and stuff like that. And so, let's see, we're going to have the floor come out a little bit farther over here. That looks about right. That looks pretty good. Let's see. I want to leave over here by the fireplace pretty open. So let's see, how could we do that? We could have it come all the way out to like right here. Have that. Fill this in with the sandstone. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Let's see. Now, from here on to the clay by the back door, we're just going to fill all this in with the sandstone. Alright. Almost misplaced a block there. So I did see some comments in the video description, or not description, in the comments, I should say. And a lot of people were asking, can I use materials that are more user-friendly for survival? I only make my houses 90% of the time in creative mode because I do know more people that use creative mode than survival, and so I make more of my stuff in creative mode just because I have all the materials already. And so I'm sorry for the people that want to make this in survival, but a house like this, it really can't be made in survival without it taking a extremely long time to collect all the resources and stuff like that. So like maybe with the smaller houses, you can use different materials, but for mansions like these, I'm really not going to use materials that are good for survival just because I really don't like using those materials. Because I think the biggest material in survival would be cobblestone, and I'm not really a big fan of using the cobblestone just because of the texture to it. Alright, so we're still filling this in. We already have a good amount of it done already. So then, like down here by the kitchen and the dining room table, we're going to like separate those and stuff like that, and we're going to separate those into like different rooms. And there's going to be a lot of rooms in this house. There's actually going to be some bathrooms and stuff like that, because this will actually be the first house I've ever made a bathroom in. Just because I really don't see the point in doing it, just because I understand it makes it more realistic, but I really don't see the point to having a bathroom in a house. So I do know some people were requesting that I add a bathroom and stuff like that into the house, but this is not something I really like to add, just because I really don't see the point of it. Oh, my swiftness ran out. We're still filling this in. So we got by the living room done. So over by the living room is finally done with the floor, for the second floor at least. And then up here we're gonna make some more rooms and stuff like that because we do have a lot of room to work with up here. As you can see, we still have a lot more floor to do just because this place is humongous when it comes to open space, and hopefully we can cut down on all that open space, but that will just take some time just because this is a pretty big mansion. It's one of the bigger ones that I've made because it's also long, but it's also very wide, and so some of my other mansions, they were really long, but they weren't as wide, so it was a little bit easier for me to do the interior for them. But for something like this, it's a lot harder just because we have so much space in length and in width. And so we're still filling this in. Whew, it is extremely hot in my room right now. It's like 80 degrees here. Not really used to it. Alright, we're just gonna stop the second floor right here so we can continue making other stuff. That's actually extended out a little bit more. So we can cover the balconies in the front of the house and right here. So we're gonna extend it out one more. Excuse me. So have it come all the way out to here. Alright. And what do we want to do for places like this? I guess we could just continue making a floor, go all the way to here. Have it come out one more from the wall. Alright, now just fill all this stuff in right here so we can get to the balcony, because we do want the balcony to be accessible. It's kind of important when you have a balcony because you kind of want to get on it. That's where you have it. And so we're almost done with this little tiny piece, and then we have all the other pieces on the other side as well. I'm sorry if it's a little bit hard to see. I know I haven't put any torches down just because I've just been doing this on the fly. Alright, so how's that look? I guess we could have it extend out to like here, and then have this one extend out to here. I'm trying to figure out how we want to do this because we have a lot of space. We have to fill up here itself. So we could just fill all this in right here if we want. So let's do that, just to make things a little bit easier for us in the long run. Alright, so now we can access the balconies right here in the front of the house. So if we walk out, now we have the balconies right here. I'm going to take some torches out, put some of those down in some random spots, just to light up the house a little bit more. Alrighty, that looks lit up enough for now. Let's put some right here on the doors. Alright, so now we can access, let's see. Oh, we want to extend this one out one farther. Alright, so now we can access the top floor. We're going to take out some glass panes, and we're going to make the railing over by the living room with the glass panes. And so we're going to take the glass panes out, and then just on the closest side to the edge, just put the glass panes going all the way over to here. Have it turn. Boom. There we go. So there's our second floor. I kind of like the look of that. It has that like unique look to it. I really do like that fireplace though. That's one of my favorite fireplaces that I've made so far. I like that a lot. Alright, let's put some more torches down right here. Alright, so far we can reach all the balconies besides this one over here. So let's come back down to the first floor and start making these rooms. And so let's see. I'm kind of thinking we should move the table a little bit more this way, but let's see what we have to work with first. So I want to leave this open right here because that's a like nice open spot. It's not too big. Right here we can make one of the bathrooms. So if we take the clay out, which is right here, let's take some more swiftness to build a little bit faster, and then let's take some torches down so it's a little bit easier for us to see. So we already have a doorway into the bathroom right there, so we could extend this out to here, get rid of that torch, it happened to be in the wrong spot, and have it come out to here. So we would have room for a pretty big bathroom right here. This could be like one of the main bathrooms of the house. And we also can add some closets and stuff like that as well into the house. Alright. So we have this. This would be a... I want to use clay to fill this in, because I don't like having like the clay and the snow for the wall. It's not really realistic, I guess you could say. So we're going to fill this in right here to cover up the white snow to make it look a little bit more realistic. Alright, that's better. We still have plenty of room for like a bath and stuff like that. So that's important. So let's put torches down. Alright, so we have that. So then let's make an entrance into like the kitchen area and into the dining room area. So to do that, let's take out the clay. And then let's start making the wall right here. So just make it a little doorway that's going to be 2 blocks wide, just like that. Have the clay go all the way up to the sandstone floor up above. So just do this. And put the clay like that. Oop, misplaced a block. Alright, that looks pretty good. So now if you walk in here, this is where we would have the kitchen area and stuff like that. Let's see. I'm trying to think what we could do. So I really do want to... I think we should move the table back a little bit more. So we're going to get rid of the table, because it is really close to the kitchen itself. And that's a little bit too close with all the space that we had to work with. So I'm just going to get rid of the table that we have. Get rid of the doors. Let's maybe move the table. We could make a separate room for the table. Let's take out the dark wood, the spruce wood planks, fill this back in. Alright. Maybe we should make the table like long ways. I think that would look pretty good. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's see how that looks. Alright, so we will need pistons, iron doors, sandstone slabs. So we have the sandstone slabs there. Now we need the pistons for the table, which are right here. We need the redstone torches to keep them powered on at all times. And so it's going to be 3 wide again. So let's like start it like right here. Have it come all the way out to here. You could make it a pretty big table because it's a pretty big house. And if you have a pretty big house, you're probably going to have a lot of friends come over as well. And so if we're going to have it, let's make it 4 wide instead. Let's put the torches down on the ground. So right here, put the torches down. Alright. Man, look at all the torches that we have down from the first one too. Now put the pistons on top of the torches. Ooh, not like that. So the pistons are pushed up. They should be powered on because of the redstone torches underneath. Alright, now let's put the sandstone slabs in. Put them 2 blocks away. Let's space them 2 blocks away. So that way actually works perfectly with what we have. Alright. We can make a pretty big chair at the end, like this. Alright, put the iron doors behind the sandstone slabs, like this. Alright, let's take out some signs. I'm going to put some torches down real quick to light up the place a little bit more, because it is kind of dark in here. Alright. I actually do like the table a long ways. It looks a little bit better that way, in my opinion. Alright, and so what was I going to do? Oh yeah, take out signs, and then on the sandstone slabs, put the signs down. So you have like the armrests, stuff like that. Boom, just do this on every sandstone slab to make it look a little bit nicer and a little bit more realistic, you could say. This shouldn't take too long. You just press the left trigger, then press B right away to exit out of the sign. Make sure you place it on the sandstone slab. Boom. One more chair to go. Get rid of that torch. Alright, there we go. Now we have our table. I think we should make the table a different color. Let's make, or like the rug, I should say. Let's use orange wool for the rug by the table. So we're going to have to replace a lot of these doors. Didn't think about that. So we're going through a lot of doors, it looks like. Alright. Let's clear out this stuff right here in between. And then you're basically just going to replace it with the orange wool. Alright, that looks pretty good. Put the orange wool down. Make sure you get every block that you got rid of. And then we will go through and replace the iron doors that we had to get rid of to do this. You really don't have to worry about the wooden planks that are underneath the seat, just because you're not really going to see them. Alrighty. Boom. Alright. Now let's put the iron doors in again. For, what, the third time we've had to do this now? Alright. Doesn't take too long though, which is a good thing. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Alright, so now we have that done. I think that does look a lot better, just because it takes a little more room. Alright, now let's make another room. So let's use the clay again for the walls. Then just on the other side of the kitchen, we're just going to make a wall going all the way over to here. Whoop, misplaced that one. Have it stop right here. And then just connect these, going all the way up to the sandstone floor up above. As so. Stack it up one more. Whoop, ran to the top floor. Make a doorway somewhere, like right here. Alright, so we're looking pretty good. What could we do in here to make it look a little bit better? We could put some bookcases around the place to make it look a little bit more colorful. Boom. My swiftness ran out. Let's take some more swiftness. Alright, so we walk in, we see the dining room table, and then we see the kitchen area. Everything's looking pretty good so far. And now let's start making like the rooms. So I think the room should start like right here. Then they will still be pretty good sized rooms. And then just have the wall go all the way over to the other side. So, boom, it should work perfectly like that. Then we're going to stack this up, I believe 4 tall, until it's 1 block away from the sandstone up above. I know we haven't extended the sandstone this far yet, but we will eventually. So I believe we stack it up 1 more. Yep, 1 more. And then we're going to put the borders in between to connect everything. Alright, just like that. So let's have the first room. Let's see. How do we want to do that? Because we have a lot of space we can work with here. So many options. Let's extend this out a little bit farther to cover up the snow, to make everything even. So we're doing that. Alright, now we just have to figure out where we want to make the rooms. So we can make a room like right here, right next to the window. Alright, so we're probably going to have like 4 bedrooms on here alone. And then we're going to have like the master bedrooms upstairs. Let's make another one right here. So basically this could be a little hotel, I guess you could call it, because we already have 2 rooms right there. Alright, and then let's make this, that looks a little bit too small. Let's have like a bigger bedroom, like right here. We'll stack that up. Boom. Alright, then let's make doorways going into the room itself. We can make this like a closet area, or maybe like another bathroom. This will be like one of the bigger bedrooms. So let's make the door right here. And then another door right here. And then one more right here. Alright, so now we have that. So now we can extend the sandstone all the way over to everything else. So if you want to do that, now you can. So right now we have a lot of the 2nd floor done. We have a lot of this area over here done. Let's see. So right here would be a room. So let's take out the sandstone, and then let's start filling in the floor even some more, because we have a lot more to do. Man, it is so hot in my room. Alright, so we're just going to fill this in. Shouldn't take too long at all, just because we don't have that much more to go. And then if you're using swiftness 4, I believe, is what the one I'm using, things will go by a lot faster. If you don't know how to get swiftness 4, what you do is you go into your inventory, you go to the potions tab, and then on a potion, just keep clicking the left trigger until the bar fills up all the way, and then you should have swiftness 4, and every other potion will be more powerful and stuff like that. If you press it twice, I believe that there is, what's it called? There's a swiftness with 8 minutes long, but you don't build as fast. So if you get the one with only 4 minutes, and that's the one I'm using, swiftness 4, if you use the one with 4 minutes, you go by a lot faster. You will realize a big difference in using the different swiftnesses, just because there is a big difference in using them. So the floor is almost done. We're just going to connect it all the way over to the windows over here. And so, I think we're only going to have 2 bedrooms on here. We can make one into a bathroom and then one into a little closet area, because we have enough room to do that. So we'll just fill all this in. Looks like we have maybe 5 more blocks to go until we reach the window. Boom, 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 boom. So how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you guys like the interior. I have stated before that I am not the best at interior, and I do know that. I'm more of the builder type on the outside. Interior is just not my favorite thing to do. I would say I'm getting a little bit better at it, but I'm just not extremely good at it, is I guess the best way to phrase it for me. Because, like I said, interior is just not one of my favorite things to do, but a lot of people will request it, so I try to do my best for the videos on how to do it. So if you do have different ideas for what you could do for interior, you guys can do that yourself. I'm not, like, all these things I'm doing right now are just suggestions. You really don't have to follow them if you don't want to. So these are only suggestions for the people that want to know how to do the interior, and then this is how I would do it, but you don't have to do it this way if you don't want to. Alright, so the top floor is almost done. We have a lot of it done so far. So I think the master bedroom is going to be over here, one of them. We can have one on each side of the house. So we're almost there. Boom. Almost done. Last row, and boom, we are done with the top floor. So we have the stairs going up. As you can see, we still have a lot of space up here to fill in. Yes, we do, but we can always get to that in the next video. So in this video, what we did, we finished the second floor, like just making it. We added some more rooms. We redid the kitchen table. We added some more walls. We added some rooms on one of the sides. This right here will be a bathroom. This will be a bedroom. This will be another bedroom. Then this one right here will be another closet area. Right here can just be some open area, just because we have a lot of it to work with. So yeah, hopefully you guys liked this episode. Stay tuned in Friday for part 6, I believe. So thanks for watching, guys. Please rate and subscribe, and stay tuned in Friday for part 6. Again, I do upload videos on mansions and stuff like that every Wednesday and Friday. So again, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate and subscribe.